Hello and welcome to Fragments of Remains, session 33. We're going to call this one When to Breathe. We'll do as we normally do, go around the table and check in with each of our players. Lusk, seems like you're eager.
Yeah, doing all right.
Your face looks like you're exploding with excitement.
Definitely,
Your character
100%. Yeah, doing all right. Just waiting for this week to be over. Just kind of trying to race to the weekend.
Same. Alencia, how's your week going?
That's all I got, though.
More freaking people who want to dine in. Bunch of assholes.
I got a few new friends on Facebook the other day. That was pretty cool. Just
You never have to interact with them whatsoever.
I'm just playing. I wouldn't do that to you, but I did think that was funny. Modar, how was your week?
It's been going good. Been busy. Getting ready for. We ended our TOA campaign last week, as you know, and already started working on stuff for the next one here in a few weeks. So
you got a name
keeping
for it?
busy
Out of
with that.
curiosity.
The name of the world is Obroth, and the name of the campaign I'm not revealing quite yet.
Oh, okay. I was just curious.
I do have a name, but that'll probably be a couple of sessions in before I officially announce it.
True. Togo, how was your week?
Oh, it's not been too bad. It's been fairly busy. We've got a big day at work tomorrow where we're seating plates for 9 different customers. Some getting between 1 to 8 plates. So, very busy. Long day, but...
Plates? Y'all do that at a lab?
So they are the 96 well plates. I don't know if you've seen them, but they're a square or a rectangle that has 8 rows of 12 little circles on them, and inside each of them, they're called a plate, but inside each of them we put little cells.
Oh shit! I thought you was talking about like making a lunch or dinner or something, man.
Oh no! We
I
seed
was
the plates.
confused.
I wasn't
I was
sure
like,
if that's what you were
when the
thinking.
fuck? I was like, when the fuck did Kavo start doing catering?
Yeah, someone that has worked catering in the past, that's what kind of where my thought process was, but I knew that's not what he did, so I was just like, all right, cool.
I honestly thought Zanashi was just messing around, and I was like, there's no way that Zanashi thinks that that's for food.
Dude, you don't know me well, do you?
I guess when
Yeah,
you're
all
hungry.
Clue thinks about is food.
Well, Clue, is that what you're thinking about? How was your week?
I mean, I am now.
Not surprised.
It's been pretty good. We wrapped up Tomb, so I don't have to. I got that stress off of me of having to run a campaign for a while, so I can just kick back and relax. Played in another session Sunday.
Don't you take their side, monkey.
It was supposed to be the last week playing over there, but they got a person going to be out next week, so I'm invited back, and he's trying to work me in permanent. He just don't want too large of a group, so I'm kind of the alternate at the moment.
That's interesting. Got like a sub to fill in for D&D.
Yeah, dude, this dude really takes setting up his gaming boards and stuff, the terrain and all that stuff, to another level. He broke this one damn thing out for this one room when he revealed the room, and there was a phylactery in it, and he starts plugging this thing up that's underneath this thing, and I'm like, what the hell is he putting power to this thing for? And then he takes this other thing and puts it on top, and it's some kind of electromagnetic device to where this thing literally levitates above this platform, and he puts this other thing on it, like a brazier thing or whatever,
Damn.
and just it makes it spin. And it's like, man, this dude takes this shit serious. I mean, it's fucking badass.
And if you ask him if it's levitating, he just kicks you out of the game.
No, I was like, what? I said, how the fuck does that work, dude? Because I'm like, I ain't never seen no shit like that before.
No, I meant like getting more of a description of like in-game when he goes above and beyond like that to make it as realistic as possible.
Oh, well,
Then you give
yeah,
him a smart-ass question and he's just like, leave.
no, I role played pretty good over there with my character, I think.
That's good. I'm glad it seems that most of you have had a good week thus far. Hopefully for the others, the week goes by quickly and we get to the weekend with little pain. But with that, last session was definitely filled up with a good bit of combat, but there was quite a bit discovered as well, leading each of you to where you are now. So which of you would like to take the lead on the recap?
We started off and we were in front of the dragon, and we attempted to make communications with it, and it communicated a little bit.
Yeah, it did.
And it was saying things, and I didn't write down what it was. It was saying things that were basically talking about. Modar, did you write it down? I know he said some things directly to you, and
Yeah, I'm just gonna find out where I wrote it down at. Give me a second here.
some of the things that I wasn't like hearing, so I was not writing it down just because I didn't know them. It's like,
I remember there was some kind of tip-off that it was a devil, or it was related to the lower planes in some manner.
well, I think
Prior
you had
to
advantage on some roll, but also Modar had a check that, based off something that he said that it was like a death cult. He was saying some kind of like religious propaganda is what I gathered from it, but
Yeah, and it was fate sealed, soul mine. Everything, nothing to protect, to die.
basically he starts saying a whole bunch of creepy things, and Zanashi's like, fuck this shit, I'm gonna attack it. And out of 6 attack rolls, we got 3 crits and a failed DC 16 on some kind of dragon. So we got pretty lucky. And as we hit it, chunks of it would like go back towards the portals and then reform into it. And as we did damage, it was like parts of it were breaking apart and shadowy things were going everywhere. And it cast a spell and knocked Alencia out in 1 spell, I think, on a failed save. But eventually taken back through the portal, and then Modar sent his bird through the portal and was looking around, but we all then decided that we should not go into the portal, and we left and went to the ocean to look for boats, which makes more sense. And as we're scouting around, we found this place. And then we were exploring in here, and we found the statue that I went and cast comprehend language on myself, and then read out protected by the sea to keep him from being free. Hands hold what you cannot see, clutching the missing key.
And then Zanashi cut off the head of the statue.
Yep,
Yes.
Yes.
super professional move.
It
Do you
is
think
funny.
I'm missing anything out of that? There was the big ring of fire, and or like the ground collapsed around where Alencia was at near the portal, and Zanashi jumped across to save her and stabilize her, and then Lusk just flew over and flew her back across.
So I was a hero all the way around.
Yep, you definitely didn't float
Mhm.
float that potion over to Alencia or anything.
Oh, but I got Alicia away from the edge so she didn't fall in.
Is there anything else that you guys can think of? That's what I
I
have.
think that should be about it.
I mean that sounds very accurate.
I think it was worth pretty much the full amount of EXP that I gave you. I almost said the number, but I want to keep it a secret.
I thought we were gonna finally find out.
Oh, I almost slipped, but I caught myself.
All 12 experience points we get
All
from it. Actually, it has
5
to be more than that.
experience. But
How much XP did we get?
from the recap,
Oh, I thought we got like. Did we get our
No, I don't think
XP
we've
last
gotten-
session?
no, you did not. I have it
No.
saved up. At the moment, I owe each of you nearly 2,000 EXP.
Okay.
But after that, well said recap, we'll continue our story with this. Continuing on, still on the day of May 10th, year 1101, as each of you have made your way inside the underwater cave, green, purple, blue, and other fluorescent colors coming from the coral lighting the room. In the center of this room stands a large statue that each of you had taken a good look over, testing out various ways to remove the hilt from its hands, or finding any type of loose stone. Fortunately, Togo cast Comprehend Languages and was able to read what was inscribed upon the pedestal. Protected by the sea, to keep him from being free. Hands hold what you cannot see, clutching the missing key. And as Zanashi took an offensive stance, the others pondered to themselves for a moment before Zanashi lobbed off the head, causing it to fall to the ground, and a plume of the sea floor, the sand, came around. And as the sediment begins to settle back down to the floor, each of you feel the slight sways of the water going from left to right and gradually getting a bit more violent. Can each of you give me a Constitution saving throw?
Oh, I'm good at those.
I'm glad Zanashi does stuff that benefits the whole party.
Hey, you hush. You rolled a 20.
Come on, be a 15 for the required con save.
I mean, Lusk didn't roll very well.
I never did.
Yeah, Lusk fails no
Unfortunately.
matter what.
But to be fair, Lust did only roll a con.
Oh, I was supposed to roll something else. I'm
A
sorry.
con save. I don't know if you have proficiencies in it.
Oh no, that is a con save.
Okay, I tried to help you out, but
No, I mean, what's my plus gonna be? 10?
maybe. Who knows? However, as the water kind of just begins to like maneuver to the left and the right, getting a bit more violent, soon, Zanashi and Lusk, you find yourselves unable to hold control, and you will go back about 15 foot. Zanashi, unfortunately, you can't really go back too far, and then catching Lusk, but with the water kind of taking a good amount of the momentum away, each of you will only take 1 point of damage as the water begins to calm. The rest of you will feel yourselves maneuvering a bit back and forth, but able to keep yourself well stabilized.
And this come from the statue or what?
You're unsure of exactly where it came from. Why don't you go ahead and give me a perception check?
So what direction was it pushing them in?
Left and right. pushing each of you left to right. Yeah, you're unsure of where it came from. It seemed to be everywhere.
There's a sword in the statue's hand, right?
Just a hilt. The bottom part of the sword seems to be broken away. But from Modar's investigation, I do believe the information that was given to him was it's seemed to be purposely crafted that way.
Is there anything in the room that looks like it would fit the sword?
I'm gonna swim out while they're talking to get me some air.
Good idea. You can give me a perception check if you'd like there, Lusk.
No, I think I'd rather that one again.
Okay, there's nothing in here.
Um,
There's not even a statue.
I'm gonna look around the walls and around the base of the walls and see if there's any kind of mechanical or potential openings that are just closed up, or just anything out of the ordinary on the walls.
Other than the fluorescent coral that's giving off light, no.
Can I swim by Lusk?
As long as Lusk allows it, I don't see why not.
I mean, yes. Oh, also, should more of this be revealed?
Now it is. Getting there. It's a circle-shaped room. I don't know why I did this to myself.
You can't reveal circles with Roll20.
Nope.
I'll do one last thing. I would like to feel the inside of the hands besides the sword. Just to see if there's anything there.
There is not.
Okay.
This looks like a bunch of like plant life, underwater plant life.
Indeed. As you maneuver around, making your way into the next room, there's Nashi. You feel what kind of just feels like slime brushing up against your legs, your arms, and some of your body as you're swimming through the area. It almost feels as if things are just trying to wrap you up and grab you.
I'm gonna speedily swim to that north corridor, going around the outside.
Okay. As you're making your way around the outside, can you give me a perception check? Lusk, you as well.
All right, let's see if...
I am not paying attention. I'm trying to get there.
Damn it. I thought I was going to get my third Nat 1.
Listen, we got 3 or 4 nat 20s, and that dragon had some pretty poor rolls on some of those saves. I think we're due some bad luck.
Hold on 1 second, Clue. I need you to go back. I was going to give you advantage on this if you see it. But can you give me an athletics check as you see this bluish-like talon reach out from the seaweed and plant life below and attempts to grapple you?
17.
That's way more than enough. Nearly doubled it.
I'm gonna bite it.
Oh.
And
Maybe not.
as it fails in its attempt to grab you, you see it swim out from the plant life. This blue scaled creature with just darting light blue eyes just penetrates the water. Fins help it propel itself as it maneuvers towards you, weapon in its other claw.
What kind of weapon?
Go ahead and roll me initiative. It has has a harpoon.
I'm going to try to grapple it when it is my turn.
I didn't click on my character when I did that. Oh no, I did. Or I'll just put it on.
I
Ha!
added you.
Damn.
Saw that you missed it. But then with that, beginning round 1, Togo, you're still in the first room with the statue.
So I'm assuming I have no idea that this is going on.
Yes,
I mean,
that is correct.
can I roll
currently.
up? Yeah, I don't even think I can see anything into that room.
Now, going
here.
into the room, the light from the coral begins to dissipate. Down the way for you, the path leads into darkness.
Right, then I'm just gonna keep looking at the statue then, because looking around and checking out the statue, I'm gonna swim up and look at where Zanashi cut the head off if it's just like a flat surface there. But besides that, there's nothing else I can do.
Unfortunately, there is nothing there. It is practically a clean cut. You see little bits of like jagged edges where it doesn't cut down perfectly, but other than leaving just a slightly abrased surface, pretty good for being underwater and against stone.
I mean, I think that's all I can do with my turn. So move around up there.
Okay, Zanashi. This one will attempt to stab you with its harpoon, thrusting towards you, hoping to pierce you. It is an 11 on the attack.
That'll be a miss.
All right, and then using its tail fins, pushing itself, propelling itself forward, it opens its jaws. The fangs present themselves as he attempts to bite you. This one is for a
Ew.
14.
14 misses.
This creature, unable to find purchase, we move to Modar's turn.
All right, so you said I really can't see anything in this chamber ahead.
There is no light.
All right, seeing Zanashi swim in there, me not being able to see anything, I am going to cast dancing lights up ahead and light up that chamber.
As you light up the chamber, you see these vast amount of bubbles coming from the plant life. Zanashi, Lusk, each of you notice quite quickly the amount of creatures hidden beneath the sea plants.
How many did they notice? Motherfucker.
That's not a number, but 3 extras, so 4 in total. Modar, anything else for your turn? At least that provided a bit of light. You see that it almost looks like the water is quickly evaporating around the globules of light. Just little bits of bubbles going up towards the ceiling.
Nope, that is all. Modar will turn to Togo and Alencia and start to signal them to come through. Just gonna do like the hand wave motion if they can see him, to like show danger and try to point in that direction.
Togo, give me a perception check. Lincia will be able to notice this out of her peripherals, but with you expecting the statue,
I bet he rolls a net one.
I do have which my passive is 17 for perception. If that passes, but I mean,
That's a great
22
roll.
probably.
the 22
That's-
does. You notice Alicia kind of like jar her head off to her right, and then as that catches out of your peripherals, you turn, noticing Modar give a bit of signals. As the room that was once dark for you, Togo, is now lit, you can see little bits of creatures. You're not sure how large they are, but you can catch glimpses of them as they're swimming about.
There's water all the way up to the ceiling, right?
Correct.
Okay.
Including in this room, just so you're aware, Zanashi. Oh, I forgot to skip your turn. Sorry, Modar. Lincia, it's your turn.
So we're holding our breath right now?
Indeed, you are underwater.
Okay. Well, she's obviously going to immediately sense the danger, considering she was just waiting for everyone to go through first. And then kind of go into emergency mode and start swimming. What is nice?
If you don't have a swim speed, it's considered difficult terrain. Don't worry, you got plenty of movement.
Okay. Then, she will, assuming 45 movement is 20 in difficult terrain.
Well, we'll round up, so we'll call it 25.
Okay. Then
It'll
she'll
be like 22 and a half, you know?
she'll step of the wind to get over here and move past everybody. Start
Well-
clobbering.
How tall is this chamber?
The chamber is, like, when you're swimming horizontally,
Or-
enough for each of you to get through. It's about 10 foot from top to bottom. It's
I
only
just
about 5 foot
assume
wide.
that you can move through allies freely anyway. So. Yeah, and then she'll start slashing.
A 17? That's a hit. Nice, some good damage to it. Not bad, not bad.
And we can't talk, so.
You can't talk.
Anything else for your turn?
Yeah, bonus? Wait. Step of the wind means extra movement, right? It's not a bonus action.
I have to double check. I think it just requires a point. Like a Kai point.
One key point to take the dash action as a bonus action. Okay.
Oh, well, there we go. Bonus action.
Oh, well, I get another attack either way.
Uh, 20 is another hit. Nice.
She's just tearing into this thing wildly.
And battering into it, the bits of blue scales begin to just scatter from the creature. globules of light cast from Modar catch it, and it almost seems as if it's snowing underwater. This individual creature is not looking good.
She'll move here.
Well, don't forget the difficult terrain.
Yeah, that's 50 foot in total.
50 foot in total from your position would allow you to move 25 feet.
Yes. So
Yep.
you said round up, so I get 25 feet underwater. So
Mhm.
dash, that's 50 feet.
Oh, from the whatchamacallit.
Step of the way.
Yep. All right. This one will move a bit closer to you, Zanashi, and attempt the same things. Oh, a harpoon is a natural 1 on the attack, missing wildly as it connects itself into the cave walls, getting a bit stuck. Pulling itself forward from the harpoon, it'll attempt to bite you. This one's for a 15 to hit.
Hits.
As the teeth sink in, you will take 11 points of piercing damage. This one down to the bottom right will attempt to throw the harpoon at you, Lusk. Does a 10 hit?
Does not.
As the harpoon soars just a bit above your head, Modar, you'll feel that it's almost coming towards you before it gets stuck into the ceiling above. A harpoon dangles. Then this one will wait. Lusk, it's your turn.
About how high is this room, would you say?
About
Like,
10 foot.
So they are stacked from floor to ceiling?
Just about. They're not nearly 10 foot tall creatures. They are roughly 7 foot and about 10 foot in length. So like more like a snake
Got it.
than anything else.
Would it be considered flanking from either of these two positions on that one?
You have to be directly across. So if you just draw like a direct line from one to the other, it'll give you an idea.
Okay, so I would have to be either of those positions.
Yes, I think it's occupying these two squares, which this one is in.
Could I try to... this one hasn't made an attack on me. I presume it's focused on these two right in front of it. Could I try to sneak up behind it and stab it? Or sneak up on this one and stab it?
I'm not sure how sneaky you would be, but you can give me a stealth roll first for it. Yeah, move pretty well.
All right. So in that case, I'll kind of like creep along this wall, and then launch myself at this one. Sword first, booming blade. Do I have advantage, or is this normal
Just
roll?
normal attack.
Yep, thought so.
All right,
Good roll.
that's a
though.
good roll.
And I don't get sneak attack bonus. All right.
Can't
Still good
always get
damage.
it.
I'm done.
Zanashi.
I'm going into a rage. And I
Alright.
am going to hit that motherfucker who bit me.
This one right here.
The one that ain't been hit.
Got it. Just so you're aware, with your great axe, this will be well, it would be a disadvantage, but you just rolled a 1.
Okay, so there we go.
Unfortunate.
That was going to be my. Yeah, I'm rolling that second roll out there just so I can get that out of the way.
Yeah, no problem.
Because when I get 2 low rolls.
I wasn't referencing the 12. I was still referencing the nat 1. But thank you for stating that. 15 will hit.
Damn, I lost a nat 20 on that one.
Rough.
I missed something. What? Why is she rolling a disadvantage?
It's from being underwater.
Okay.
You have a short sword, so you're immune.
That's correct. It's 10 points of damage. And slashing into this one, bits of blood begin to just spill out into the water. The bits of clear blue now being diluted with bits of red. More scales begin to float across the room. And as they do, it just seems as if more and more snow is beginning to fall.
Snow.
It's kind of what it looks like underwater if you've ever seen scales.
Oh. Okay, well, I think that's pretty much all I can do. So that's the end of my turn.
The one that you just hit, Lusk, will attempt to harpoon. See if this actually lands. Oh, I think that'll do it. It's a 25 to hit.
Yep, that'll hit.
You will take 12 points of damage. And, well, other than that, you don't need to worry about anything. And being right next to it, it will attempt to bite you. This is only a 10 to hit.
I would like to use Uncanny Dodge to half the damage on the first one.
Okay. So what is that?
Reaction.
No. 6 points of damage, I believe.
Oh, yeah.
I was flipping back to looking at the dice. And with that being the end of the first round, it brings us back to Togo.
And you said if you don't have a swim speed, it's half rounding up.
Correct.
Okay, so I have 15 feet of movement, so I will move to there. Let me think. Stealthy. That is the only thing I think I can do. Yeah.
You can dash
That'll
if
be
you
my
want.
turn. Oh, why do I never think about that?
I usually
Yes,
forget to.
that'll-
Especially when
See,
you're
I
playing a
can't-
halfling, you don't get that far. You're like, is it really worth it?
I'm like, well, I can move like 3 inches and then stop. But yeah,
All right.
that will be all I can do.
This one's still focusing on you, Zanashi. We'll attempt the harpoon and a bite attack. The one directly to your south. right below you and Alencia. The harpoon is a 12 to hit, which I do believe is a miss, and the bite is a 20.
A hit.
So as another one of these creatures bites into you, tearing out bits of flesh as the fangs sink in, it will deal another 10 points of piercing damage.
Okay.
Then I do believe that's halved, so 5.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I was trying to remember if you were raging. I was like 75% sure you were.
I wasn't gonna rage until you popped 3 more of them bastards out. And I said, "Well, I ain't got no fucking choice now."
Modar, it's your turn.
All right, now seeing what is in that room, Modar is gonna look. Does he feel like he can get a shot past Togo without hitting him? Like, how much space is in this this hallway that we're in, or tube, or whatever
It's
this is?
about 5 foot wide and 10 foot tall, so yeah, you can easily get it past Togo.
Okay, so yeah, I can swim up and go past Togo without any problem. All right, cool. With that, I am going to see what happens here and try and throw a firebolt at the one just south of Valencia there. The one that's already been damaged.
Got it?
See how this works underwater.
From what I'm reading, I don't know if this would fall under the category for being a normal attack or if it would be at disadvantage. It says it's a ranged weapon attack, so I don't think so. Can anyone confirm?
Spell attacks are qualified differently from weapon attacks.
Okay,
so
that's what I was thinking, but just wanted to double check.
And I can breathe underwater, so I'm not holding my breath. So as far as verbal, I can say whatever I want to say. It may not necessarily be heard so well underwater, but I can physically say it.
I figured I would ask now, knowing that the 10's a miss, versus if it was like a nat 20 or something, then I'd feel a bit worse bringing it up. But with that, Togo, you feel this like warm stream go right by you. As you look, you see the lights of the firebolt right towards the creature just to your east. Unfortunately, the firebolt fizzles out before it makes contact.
But I feel that if it had made contact, it would have done damage, or
Correct.
do I have it? Okay. All right. That will be my turn. Actually, you don't. Yeah, no, I'm gonna. Yeah, I'm not punching up. That's gonna be my turn.
Got it. Alencia.
Alencia will finish his brat before making her turn. 1 sec.
Oh, that's what I made tonight for dinner, actually. Well, I shouldn't say I made it. Kind of helped, and by helped, I meant do the dishes.
She will finish this fucking thing.
$20 is a connection for 18 points. Which is more than enough to bring it down. As it falls, each of you close by will note where it just gets slightly buried beneath the seaweed and plants below.
And seeing how 2 of them are in contact with someone, she's going to go for the third and take him out. Another swipe.
Ooh. A natural 20. Good roll. Let's see that damage. If I'm not mistaken, that's 36. 14 plus 22. 36?
Yep.
Yeah, it was actually exactly its hit points. Brought down a second one. And the same thing happens as it falls, becomes slightly buried beneath the plants.
And she turns to swim and kick this fricker.
Which one? Thank you. $14 hits.
I'm going to use a key point for Hands of Harm.
Okay, so that's the second one.
Yep, and I'm
Nice.
also going to use a key point to heal Zanashi.
Well, it will put you out of range of the one that you just struck, and he will take an opportunity attack at you.
That's fine.
As it attempts to claw you, the claw misses you wildly with a 10 to hit. It slashes down, pulling up bits of seaweed and plant life. As it releases, it just slowly drifts down to the floor. And reaching out, healing Zanashi for 5 points of HP.
I just look at it and let you go. Boom, 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 boom.
That'll be the turn.
This one will give its all, hoping to get away, beginning to swim and slither down the corridor to the north. It will take the disengage action.
Oh, you bastard.
I was about to say, I don't think it's that smart if it's just trying to take both of those attacks.
And as it moves off from your sight, Sanashi, you'll note as it swims away, the path to the north seems to ascend upwards.
Okay.
Lusk.
I presume there's probably plenty of scales and blood in this room, so I imagine there's a good amount of obscurement. I would like to try to swim into one of those clouds, hide, and then come back and attack him.
Okay. Go ahead and give me your attack roll.
Okay. Thought so.
A 12? Unfortunately, that's a miss.
All right.
Coming out from a slight plume of
well-
blood and scales, you take a swing, and it uses its javelin, deflecting the attack.
All right. Well, I will use my dash action to put myself right there.
Got it. Zanashi.
I will move around Alencia. And I will. Actually, is that flanking?
Just
It's
to the
not.
left.
I was going to do that if it wasn't.
Yep. So, with flanking, this will allow you to have a normal attack, and a 22 will hit.
I got too excited.
With the first one connecting, you connect quite solidly, and as you force it down, it will be able to, like, wiggle its hind fins just a bit in order to dodge the second attack. You cut into the seaweed, causing a bit more chaos floating about.
And that'll be my turn.
All right. In a last-ditch effort, it will attempt to attack you, Zanashi, after that devastating blow you dealt to it. Holy shit. These guys really like rolling 10s. That is at least the fourth or fifth, like, 10 from these ones. What a neutral roll. Both the attacks missing, Zanashi. One with the claws and the other with its bite. Both just falling short.
Yeah, they're scared of me.
I think it's safe to say they are. Togo.
Well, I'm gonna swim up over Zanashi, up next to it, and try to stab it with my rapier. You want that at disadvantage for the rapier, or?
I'm just double checking real quick. Yes, it will be at disadvantage. Those are damages.
But that would be because I clicked the wrong thing. 13.
Ooh, a 13. That's a hit, bud.
Well, I already rolled the damage, so.
Okay, oh yeah, I'll take that.
It's a 2, so I don't feel that cheating.
No, you really only needed to roll like a 1, I think, from your modifier. Yeah, only needed to roll a 1, had 4 HP. Which is enough to take it down. In the area, as the effects of combat, the scales, the seaweed, and bits of blood begin to settle, 3 dead creatures lay in the plant life below.
What are we doing on breath?
Well, you got like several minutes. That literally didn't take a minute of combat.
Are we? I was waiting for my turn to come back. In initiative. Did we fall out?
Yes, it looks
Yep.
like we did.
I have a swim speed of 100. If I double dash.
Okay.
I was intending to swim up here to try and catch him.
That's what you like to do, go for it. As you make your way around, bits of land are before you.
Alencia will look around and just follow him.
You go back into the water.
Yep.
All right. Hold up. Making your way back into the water, can you give me a dexterity saving throw, please?
What was the saving throw for?
As a bolt of lightning comes from the southern end of the room, and you will take a bit of damage.
I didn't. Was that a surprise round?
Indeed.
Okay. I was intending this as being prepared for combat. I never put my sword away.
I mean, either way, if you want to count it as a surprise round or not, this one has now warned this individual of your arrival, and is holding its action, which was the following turn.
It was essentially holding an action until someone walked through there, and you were the first one to walk through.
Okay.
39 points of damage. I believe it's halved. So what is that?
19.
19, yes.
Well, for you, is it 0 or is it still halved? What level are you in Rogue?
6, not 7 yet. Yep.
Right. All right, everyone, go ahead and start to roll me initiative again.
The fuck? I can't roll initiative for shit.
Oh my god. Fuck me.
Yeah, I'm not gonna be there anytime soon, man.
Yeah, don't worry. My rolls are shit enough for the rest of the team.
Might have shouldn't have pulled a Zanashi.
Hopefully that if I'm rolling poorly enough, hopefully that means someone's rolling good.
Make sure everyone's on there. We have Zanashi, Lusk.
It was weird that it started playing again.
I think we're missing Modar.
I rolled.
No, he got a 6.
Yeah, I just mean on the turn order.
Oh.
Oh, okay.
I'll say, I know I rolled.
All right. This one,
You
after
stick to
the
the
lightning goes off and you've entered the area, Lusk, as you get to this point, you now are completely submerged. Thankfully, with a couple of steps, you were able to get a couple of breaths of air.
I had just gotten air like right before I went into that room, so I presume I had plenty of time left, but
Yeah,
good to know.
I mean, I think that the majority were at like a minute to a minute and a half. But nonetheless, this area a bit of safety.
It's hard to tell when time passes when it's not in combat. So you could have taken a lot more breaths than you were if you were in combat.
So the harpoon is going to be a 23 to hit.
I use evasion. Or I'm sorry, uncanny dodge to half the damage, but that's all I can do.
Pretty low on the damage. after halving, it'll be 5 points of damage for you. And can you give me a strength check? I believe that's what it's asking for. And a 16, and you're able to hold your ground as you feel the chains tighten up with the harpoon stuck into you. You're able to hold your ground and not find yourself being pulled closer.
So I'm sorry, my grappled?
Stuck with the harpoon. It was attempting to pull you towards it. You're not grappled nor restrained or anything. It was going to just use that to get you closer.
Okay.
So I'm going to, I guess, just follow Lusk, seeing that he went off to go that way. So double dash gets me to next to Alencia.
Yep. You'll notice that the water is getting a bit more ways away from the ceiling. You're able to poke your head out for a nice fresh breath of air. Ahead, down the path, you see little bits of light coming from the water as it goes back down from across the way.
All right. That'll be it for me.
Lusk.
I would like to cast a spell on him. It's a UA spell called Id Insinuation. I need a wisdom save. It's kind of like Tasha's hideous laughter, to be honest.
Wisdom, you said?
Mm-hmm.
Is an 18.
Alright, succeeds. Can I try to move back?
Yes, because you succeeded on the strength check.
Okay, I'll do so.
You do feel the chains and harpoon tightening. You know that the movement will be limited. As you make your way back up on to some solid ground.
I would like to tie the chain off on something else, so that I have leverage, like a craggy rock or something.
I'll allow you to use your action for it.
Alright, I don't have an action, so my turn's over.
Zanashi.
Okay, anything seeming suspicious up in that area that Alencia and Togo's at?
You know that the thing we just fought went that way.
Yeah. Yeah, just knowing that, I guess I'll try to hurry up and get up there to make sure that nobody gets in trouble. So I will just use normal movement to start out with. So that'd be 20 foot, which is in half, so 10. So I still got 10 more, or 20 more foot, or 10 foot, whatever. We look at it again. That was like 30 foot of movement.
Yeah, that's what I've got. 25 to 30.
Okay. Not really seeing anything.
Besides Lusk with a harpoon in him. And
does he actually have a harpoon in him?
yes. And
Yes.
I think if Lusk had hair, it would be standing up. But you will note that there are bits of what appear to be lightning pulsating from the water. Just very, very slightly.
I'll just move forward 5 more foot and call it a day.
God damn it.
Modar.
Alright, seeing everybody else start to move up this way, Modar is going to do the same. That's, 15 feet there. And he's going to start moving the dancing lights out towards the entrance to this cave.
Got it. Moving the dancing lights to the north, the globules of light. Some begin emerging from the water, giving a bit more light to the area for Lusk and Zanashi. But Togo, it's no longer dim or dark for you around the bend.
And that will be my turn.
Valencia.
Seeing as Alencia has to squeeze past 3 different people to help out, your name's not written on the Roll20. It's hard to know what it is. Fucking your name.
What,
Lusk. Lusk. Yes. So she has to move 10, 20, 25, 30, 35. I'm assuming that's the shore. And I go, do you want to be released or do you want to be healed? As she
Neither.
notices the giant harpoon.
Neither. Go get them. It's a mage.
She looks back and notices that she probably won't make it with her speed during this non-meta turn. She will nod and then use the last of her movement to get here, and then step of the wind as she notices this guy. And slashes at him.
All right. 18 will hit. Uh, 17 will hit. And that'll take it down.
And you said 25 feet in water. So she has 2 more spaces left. She goes over here. And punches.
The 17's a hit. 7 points of damage.
Fucking Rixian knockoff. That's all.
All right.
And she obviously took a breath.
I figured. As she vanishes from your sight, you'll see quite a plethora of bubbles just absorb around, and she slowly vanishes. You see the bubbles move around you and off to your northeast. Using Misty Step, she'll maneuver around. And then, as she extends her hand, hand begins to pulsate a slight blue light. You see an astral hand begin to extend from it, coming towards you, Alencia. Can you give me a wisdom saving throw?
Yeah, real quick. We didn't heal, did we? Or
We did.
Yeah.
From short rest prior to going in, yes.
okay, did you do that for me, or?
Oh, you
No.
weren't there after the dragon. I'm assuming Alencia would have rolled hit dice during the short rest, but wasn't here.
Okay, well,
So do you have no hit die or hit points?
God, I have 4 hit dice, and my health sys is at full right now. I'm assuming that's not true.
Oh.
Because I took a potion, and then I full action healed myself, and I believe that was it.
Mm-hmm.
So that obviously isn't going to make me full.
But some hit dice would have definitely been used, so you can count yourself at full.
Okay, so just get rid of all my hit dice and say I'm at full health.
You can just get rid of 2,
Alright.
because you would have gained 2 back. Oh. As this astral hand comes towards you, it attempts to grab you, but as you close your eyes, concentrate, and when you reopen your eyes, the hand is no longer there.
Oof.
Togo.
So this last square right here, does it count as fully underwater for movement, or is it like
Nope.
knee high?
It's about knee high.
Okay, so can I move through here at 20 feet worth of movement, or?
Yep.
Okay. And then, so that would be 25, and I'd move into that square. And I'll be fully underwater, right?
At this point, yes. Getting a breath of air, and then going back under. Before you, you see a bit more of a slender blue-scaled creature, fins that go directly from its head all the way down to the center of its back.
Would I have noticed the pulsing electricity that Zanashi noticed, or by the time I made it up there, it's gone?
There was such little by the time Zanashi noticed. When you make it up here, it is completely dissipated.
And there is the hand. There's no invisible hand around Alencia, right?
No. Well,
Okay.
if there was, could you see it?
Well,
If it was invisible.
that's fair.
I felt like that was a
I
trick
guess maybe
question,
the.
Togo.
I guess maybe you could see displaced water, but that's semantics. I guess I am just simply going to move here with a dash, and then that will here with the dash, and that will be it. So that's 15.
Got it.
Or no. Oh yeah, I could get there. So 5, 10, 15. That'll
So
be
you
it.
were back out of water for a moment, so. Lusk, it's your turn.
Sensing what I presume is a slackening in the rope, I will dive back in. About how many feet of movement does it take by the time I get here with a dive?
About 15.
Okay.
Give you a little bit of propulsion from your momentum.
Do I see this dude?
Yes.
Do I feel... I mean, probably not. I'm not even gonna try. I will use the dash action to get behind him. 10, 20, 35, 40. So I still have plenty of... I still have 5 foot of movement after that. I'm not gonna need it. And then I'll make a booming blade strike from behind him.
Just to double check, when you said use your dash action, did you mean your bonus action?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Because when you said make the attack, my brain wrinkled for a moment. I was like, wait, what? Go ahead and make the attack.
Okay.
Ooh, a 15 is a hit.
Alright, 11 damage total.
Nice.
No sneak attack.
As you were swimming around Lusk, you'll note that the water begins to ascend. The floor seems to ascend back up to the surface, creating a bit of, seems to be more breathing room ahead.
Okay.
Just double checking, that's the end of your turn?
Yeah.
Zanashi.
I will. Let's see how far that is away. So that's 35 foot. Wait, 10, 20. So 35, I need 70 foot of movement to get there.
Are you thinking, or are you still talking?
Thinking.
Okay. I was just worried that, like, my sound cut out on you or something.
Okay. I will move. I guess I'm just going to have to take half movement on this one. I'll come to there. It's 20 foot, which is essentially 40, my movement. And seeing this thing, and knowing that I can't make it all the way to him, I will try to throw a javelin through the water.
Okay. Just so you know, Zanashi, you are still raging.
No, I'm not.
Oh, yeah, that's right. You had one turn where you didn't hit anybody.
Yep.
I
Or get
I
hit.
was going off of time. But yes, thank you for that.
I wish I was.
Your ranged attack will be a normal attack. Unfortunately, a 12 does not hit.
Okay, and that will be my turn.
Modar. You initiate your motor.
Alright, so 15 feet, we'll put him here. And bonus action, move the globulars of light, and then action move. So that moving to there is 10 feet or 5 feet?
Just 5.
5. 10, 15, 20. And That'll be 30 feet.
Correct. All right. So with the fluorescent coral in the room, and also the globules of light, there is plenty of light to see.
And that'll be my turn.
Valencia.
Lindsay will swim up. Or wait, we can flank in this game, right?
Indeed.
That's 10 feet. She will strike it.
All right. 23 hits. 13 does not.
That's the
yeah,
advantage.
from the advantage, but 23 is still a good connection and good amount of damage. Uh, 21 hits. Ooh, another good chunk.
Sorry, one second.
Just eating up the rest of your movement before you attack.
No.
22 hits. Nice. Good overall damage.
No. She'll go over here and flurry of blows heal Lusk.
Got it. So 6 points of HP to you, Lusk.
Thank you.
That'll be it.
All right.
Note, I will be leaving in about 20 minutes.
Noted. The creature will place its hand against its harpoon, and this swirl of water begins to emanate from the harpoon. It will then force itself away from it, and will Lusk and Alencia both give me a Constitution saving throw, please. Lusk.
Is everybody got to make a save?
Just them two. The rest of you will see just like this force of water emanate from the creature, and as it does, Lusk, you will take 12 points of damage, and I will move you back a couple of feet. Alencia, you succeed, so you will take 6 points of damage. At this point, Lusk, where you get pushed back, your head actually breaks water a couple of foot just below the ceiling.
Good to know.
Togo.
So
All right.
he stays there?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm gonna swim up and sneakily attack.
Okay.
So sneakily, but
16 hits.
didn't see me coming.
Very sneaky, but with lots of eye contact.
Yes. Just staring him in the eye as I do it.
And still just barely hanging on.
That will be it.
Lusk.
All right. Do I see anything above the surface over here?
No, not at this point.
Okay.
It's just more room.
Finally able to get that flanking bonus. I'm gonna
Indeed.
come back in with Booming Blade.
There's like no way you roll 2 1s.
No way.
15 hits. I think with it only having like 2 HP, I think it was.
Yeah.
You'll enough to take it down.
You're welcome.
Then I will remove everyone from the turn order. Bubble, bubble, bubble.
What was this guy using as a casting implement?
You can go ahead and give me an Arcana check.
$20.
It seemed to be an innate ability. The power coming from within.
I would like to search him over for possessions.
You can give me an investigation check if you'd like.
Modar will definitely assist on that.
Okay. You find a harpoon, a whole lot of, like, it kind of appears to be like very, I'm trying to think of the right word for it. It's not like cloth, but more of like scales, and it almost seems to look like blubber in some parts, used for its armor. But it would be most recognized as studded leather.
That's odd.
To give you like a good comparison rate, but it's not made out of like the same material.
You said the area that we're in has a like an opening for the ceiling.
Not in the area that you're in, a bit more down the path to your east.
Okay. I'll kind of swim.
About at the point where Zanashi is, as you're making your way over there, Togo, Zanashi is more than halfway out of the water walking.
Question.
About 1.5 feet deep at this point for her. Yes.
Is
Liz.
there an entrance over here?
No.
Okay.
There you go.
Thank you.
What you're saying is it's up to my belly button.
Yeah. You'll notice that it does get quite a bit shallower as you make your way closer to the next area. With a few of you being able to see, I will just list this off real quick.
Sorry. As I'm moving, the globules of light are moving with me.
Gotcha. All right. So then, with that, with the globules of light catching up, Togo, at first you hear what sounds like splashing. Then, as the light begins to fill the room, each of you see a large bit of stone cracked all around in the shape of a sphere. There are what appear to be quite a bit of holes that seem to be engraved down towards the center. The bits of splashing heard around the room are bits of manta rays swimming around in a counterclockwise motion.
Everyone cover your hearts.
Do they look aggressive?
They don't appear to be, as like you're getting closer. They just continue about their normal pattern.
But that thing in the center, like it looks like it's like smooth, like it's carved or like naturally shaped.
It looks naturally shaped.
I'm going to attempt to swim. Once a manta ray goes by, I'm going to swim right behind him and in between two and go straight on to the top of that platform.
All right. As you're making your way through, Zanashi, it's quite easily done. They're not moving very fast. Above, you'll notice a large sphere, like engraving in the ceiling. It appears that this piece of stone has fallen from above.
I want to pull out my axe and just like pose and hold it above my head. Like, He-Man, I have the power. Or by the power of Grayskull. No, I'm just kidding. So, what's in the place of where it fell out?
No, you're
Nothing.
not. You're not kidding.
Yeah, you're right. I guess I'll swim to that little tunnel that looks like it's down there to the southeast.
As you're making your way like through this area, the water is only a foot deep.
Oh, so I'm not actually underwater?
Correct.
Okay. Well, I'll just walk.
If I made this whole thing underwater, whew, hot damn, that'd be really hard to beat. If you didn't have water breathing, I had to give you some outs, right?
Valencia will walk up and do the same.
I'm not gonna lie, I was really looking into seeing if warding wind would count as being able to cause a small whirlpool around me to cause a funnel to bring down enough area for me to breathe, but I don't think it works underwater at all.
That would have been really cool.
I know, I was looking at it, I was like, I don't think this will work.
Sorry,
I like
guys. You guys have a wizard that can breathe underwater for an hour. So like, water breathing was not one of my priorities to learn. Sorry.
Knowing
Being careful to watch for the mana rays and dodge if necessary. I want to look at this this spherical object. Is it a stalactite or is it something else?
It's like a large, massive, just chunk of stone that seems to fallen from above.
before Zanashi left, I gave her that 8 healing hands thing. Because he told me that we took a short rest, so I gotta update stuff.
Got it.
And I will do the same thing for Lusk. 8.
And yeah,
Thank you.
Modar will follow through and bring the lights with him as we're going.
Awful rolls.
I will also make
Oh
my
God.
way.
Yeah, you're right. Those are the dang average of 2, 2, and 1. Wow.
Well, I guess some healing is better than no healing. Zanashi, you said that you were going to go down the path to
Yep.
this manta ray that's before you. Gives like bits of wiggles.
Alright,
Doesn't
pet it.
seem to be trying. It seems to be doing its like frivolous attempts to not letting you by.
I reached out and pet it.
Can you give me an animal handling check? Whew! Good thing the DC wasn't that high. As it rolls over, you will see it is pure white on the bottom. The gills are giving little waves, pushing the water through, allowing it to breathe. It allows you to scratch its belly before flipping back over and the blue back on top.
And we'll just continue on.
Okay. As you make your way down, you'll notice that the path begins descending back below water.
I hold my breath.
And as you make your way, the others, just double checking.
Yep.
I'll follow Zanashi.
Yep, same.
All right. Well, at this point, as each of you begin to make your way down yet another corridor back underneath the water, practically everyone except for Modar holding their breath. Let's go ahead and take our break. That way we don't have Uncia leave late for work. And
Yeah.
we can get right back to it in about 5-10 minutes.
See you guys.
All right,
See ya.
later.
Have a good one.
Have a good night.
Be right back, everybody. we're back with more Fragments of Remains. Zanashi continued down the path to the southeast, making her way back underwater. Togo following behind, and Lusk just behind Togo. As Togo and Lusk near the manta ray, it will do the same thing, giving bits of splashes as you make your way by.
Okay.
Oops.
I'm assuming that I will.
That hid more. At this point, Lusk, Togo, and Zanashi are each fully submerged.
Modar's gonna follow through here as well. I guess behind Valencia.
Zanashi, I think you still have control of Valencia's token. Can you check for me?
Nope.
I'll fix that real quick. There we go. Can you try now?
No.
Can you try by placing the token back on the map? Like grab the name and then place it down? See if that makes a difference.
Yep.
Dope. Alright. Thank you. Thank you very much. As you continue down the corridor, it is, there's no natural light for quite a bit until you make your way to the end. Then you begin to see bits of the yellow, green, red, purple, and blue fluorescent coral emanating from the room ahead. Before you see the water getting bits shallower before it begins to make its way to land.
Oh. I'm headed to land. Land ho. And what in the fuck is that? More heads
Tell
I
you
can
what, it's
chop
definitely
off.
not.
More heads that you can chop off. Yes, indeed. Can you roll me a perception check as you make your way out of the water? And I'll allow you to do it at advantage, and what we'll do is we'll count that to kind of be like you and Alencia. Cool. 22. So as you make your way out, this nicely and like well worked on stone statue of this multi-headed creature, painted in bits of purple and red. It's quite elegant.
Another statue?
It's a very, very large beast made of polished stone sitting in the southwestern corner of the room. colored and decorated with bits of red and purple. You can tell that this has a vast amount of care and detail. But with your 22, you'll also notice it doesn't seem to be still. It does
It's
seem to
moving.
move slightly.
It's alive, everybody. It's moving. Whatever it is, and I am about to cut every head off of it. And I'll charge that motherfucker with my battle axe in hand. And right before I get to it, I will go into a rage.
Togo, as you make your way out, can you give me a perception check?
I can do that.
I'm assuming by now I'm just kind of watching the show.
You'll note little bits, Lusk that is, of there's being something out of the water, not being 100% certain what it is. You have seen Zanashi and Togo make their way out of the water. Togo, as you hear Zanashi say this, you'll also find this creature to be moving slightly. It seems to almost be attempting to camouflage itself as stone.
Okay. I'm just gonna let Zanashi do what she's gonna do.
Alright, Zanashi, you can go ahead and give me an attack roll as you make your way, towards it, but it will also attempt to attack you.
Do I get both attack rolls?
You will get one.
Okay.
But, you will get this at advantage, because it does think that you don't know.
Not much help.
A 14. Unfortunately, that is a miss. 16, as one of the heads comes down in attempt to bite you. Does a 16 hit? I don't think
It
so.
does.
Oh, it does? I thought you had 17 AC.
I'm practically naked.
You will take 12 points of damage. Since you are raging, it'll be halved into 6. And then can each of you begin to roll me initiative yet again?
Actually remembered to click on my token this time.
Can I fucking roll initiative tonight or what?
You should roll Alencia's first. Then yours.
I think it's too late.
But for future reference.
Waiting for incoming nat 20.
We'll see if I can roll his from D&D Beyond. Okay, cute. Yeah, there we go. Of course. I didn't have the token selected since I rolled from D&D Beyond.
No problem. I'll get it on there.
It's all right. I got my own personal healer.
So, Motor, you go first. As this creature begins to change a bit of color, revealing its true self.
Do I recognize what this creature is or might be?
From your point in the water, it's a bit difficult to tell once you make your way out. Perhaps a bit better of a chance.
All right. I'm still in difficult terrain right now.
Correct, for about 5 more foot.
So that's 10 feet of movement. And I don't want to get within 5 feet of this thing. Where is the? Yes, no. Well, you understand what I'm saying here. Like, I'm not looking to get within melee combat of it, so I'm trying to figure out where. So that would be within melee combat, correct?
And yes, that would.
No.
That's why I was trying to flip it to the token for you.
Gotcha. Yeah, no, that's.
You will be able to poke your head out of water here, and seeing that it is a multi-headed creature, while quite rare, you will have a chance to be able to identify it. Can you roll me a history check? Well, quite rare indeed. You would know this to be a Hydra. One with 8 heads.
Hey, I only seen like fucking 6 or 5 there, man, in the other picture.
They only had like 1 token to choose from, bud.
You should have drew some on there then.
Oh my
Like
god!
stick
I should
figures.
have. Yes, I was gonna say if I would have done it, it would have been so poor. like just another head.
I mean, that might have changed my mind on charging it if it had 8 heads versus 5. That would just maybe charge even faster.
You'd be like, I can swing more times. Maybe I can melt them all down.
All right. So, what do I know anything about hydras or not?
Well, 21's pretty good. The more heads it has, usually, the more powerful it is. And each of its heads has, like its individual movement and actions. And I think that's like the best I can give you, bud.
All right, cool. So I don't know any vulnerabilities.
If you rolled a nat 20, I'll
resist-
send you the character sheet.
Oh no, I got you. No, I'm looking for vulnerabilities or like weaknesses, things like that. Immunities, vulnerabilities. If I don't know them, I don't know them.
Yeah, there are none.
All right. I am all right with that.
Well, I guess one would be, letting Zanashi chop off some heads. They'll definitely get weaker then. That's a pretty safe
Fair
assumption.
All right, so I'm in like waist deep water right now, or like neck
yeah,
deep
that's correct.
water. Waist deep. All right. I am going to cast Flaming Hands. Or burning hands. Yeah, that's it. Burning hands. At this creature, 15 feet of cone, that should be able to reach it. I'm going to the left of Zanashi. I don't want to hit Zanashi.
Got it. And that's a dex save, correct?
It is.
Well, it'll still do half damage, but it is a 17 on the save. It'll take 6 points. Boop. As flames extend from your hands, engulfing the creature, but it extends its heads above the flames. A few of them seem to be focused on you now, Modar.
All right, and that will be my turn. Moving the globule lights up.
Got it. It'll be Alencia's turn, and that's use Zanashi as a friendly reminder.
She is going to use use her quarterstaff. And
You sure you don't want to use the short sword?
Yeah, short swords are good for chopping heads off.
Yeah,
Getting him
I
at least a little bit
suppose.
weaker for Zanashi's axe.
fuck, a quarterstaff, if you hold it two-handed, actually does more damage.
With the poison?
Not with the poison.
Oh, yeah, he's got poison on this side. I forgot about that.
Yeah, that thing's
Also,
like...
short sword is technically piercing. Am I on mute?
Nope.
I'm not on
Short
mute.
sword is piercing. You know, we heard you.
Drow's Malice. There it is.
16 hits.
I think that staff's gonna do that much damage there, Clue.
24 points of damage.
Damn. And I don't think he's got much else he can do.
Bonus action, unarmed strike if you'd like. With the 11 missing.
Yeah, I suppose. But where the hell's it at on this sheet? I'll have to go back to the D&D Beyond sheet for that one.
$18 will hit.
That'll
And
be it for her.
as Alencia hits the unarmed strike, one of the heads falls limp and then just down to the ground. It is no longer, that in particular head is no longer moving. Only 7 heads are active. Dogo.
I'm going to step in between Modar and the beast, and looking at as many heads, I'm gonna put my middle fingers up and say, I don't seem to have enough for each of you, and use vicious mockery.
Alright.
It's a DC 16.
Wisdom save, correct?
Yes.
Oh. Pretty low. It is a 15.
Ooh, perfect.
That is a fail.
So he will take 6 points of damage.
And he is now frightened of you, right? If it was possible, he would need to take his reaction in order to move. But
Wait, I just cut out there. Did you say something?
if I'm remembering correctly, like if now he's frightened of you, and if he could, he'd have to run away.
No, that is Dissonant Whispers.
Oh, okay. I don't know why I get them mixed up all the time.
Because they're very similar. I am speaking words and insulting people and hurting them, and this one just gives him disadvantage on his
Got it.
next attack. But I am then going to inspire Zanashi by striking a flexing and then striking like a professional weightlifter's pose, I'm thinking like the Arnold Schwarzenegger flexing and
Okay.
using bardic inspiration.
Zanashi, you feel inspired.
All right, that's a D8, right?
Yeah.
Is that the end of your turn, Togo?
That will be it.
So as you arc your back, giving a little look over to Zanashi flexing, this Hydra will attempt to bite you 3 times. The first one is a 25, then a 13.
Was the first one at disadvantage?
What was the actual roll on the first one?
The dice roll or total?
Yes, the dice roll.
A 17. And with the disadvantage, I had it at 13.
Okay, that was okay. No, I'm good.
So the 13 misses, correct?
Yes, it does.
All right. Second attack, 22.
That'll hit.
What was the actual dice number?
Before I give this one to you, because I don't want you guys to figure out the math on me. What's this for?
Portents.
So you basically take off some of the attack, right? From the dice.
I swapped the dice. I've got a 1 and a 9 sitting in my pocket. I can turn it into. I'm gonna turn this one into a 9.
Yeah, I think it would be better if you just want to change it. Because if I tell you the actual number, I'm basically giving you its.
The way. Yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah, if you want to give me the dice numbers, that's fine. The dice numbers before you do. Yeah, because I believe the way it's supposed to work is I can, before I know whether it hits or not, when I see the dice, I can decide to change it. That's
Right.
why.
Got it.
And there's normally only at least most AL DMs I knew, they only gave confirmation of whether or not it hit. They never gave confirmation of what the number was. Even in cases where you would use shield, most AL DMs, they just
Yep.
They just said hit or
can,
miss, and then you say shield yes or no.
When I can remember over 20 people's ACs, I'll get back to you, bud.
I guess you know,
unless you guys list it on your things. I can't have everyone's character sheets open and tab through all that.
I'm not saying that.
Yeah.
I'm saying they would ask your AC and then comment if it's a hit or miss.
Oh, I feel like that's fibbing. I don't know. I just like to give the number, but nonetheless,
it's gonna be a 9. The number's a 9.
Then I'll do it. I'll do it that way. What is it?
15.
It'll be a hit, and you will take 6 points of damage.
Actually, can I use my action for cutting words? Or since he's already doing that, is that going to be too much things going on to it?
I think that it can still stack. I don't think that there's anything that at least that I remember about that. I learned the other week that disadvantage and advantage doesn't stack, but I don't think that this makes any difference.
As long as it's not immune to being charmed, which I don't know if it is or not. But
you can give it a shot.
I will. I will use my cutting words and. So D8, yeah.
Come on, you can do it.
4.
Still a hit.
Ooh.
See, I don't know. To me, I understand the point of it, but to me it just seems fishy. It was a 23 to hit. I understand what you're saying there, Lusk. It just makes me feel weird. I guess it's not I guess. It's definitely a personal thing.
Yeah, no, I've seen DMs go all kinds of different ways on that. I'm just commenting how.
Yeah, it's a good idea. I was trying it, but it makes me feel weird.
No blame. It's your game. Also, portent must be selected before the roll.
I thought it was after. I thought I could choose it after.
You might have a different edition of the book, maybe, but that's what mine says.
The last time I remember reading it, I I mean, I only read it a couple times, but I'm pretty sure it said after. But then again, I have been wrong before. Togo, unfortunately, this one, though, does hit, so it will be the 6 points of damage.
How much total did I take this turn?
Well, since we were still resoluting the second attack,
Okay.
that's it so far. So it's just 6, and then the second one is a 23, or the third one's a 23.
Got it.
So then, if nothing on that third attack,
Nope.
you will take 14 points of additional damage.
Oh.
Are you hurting?
A little bit.
And the rest of the heads will go towards Alencia. The first attack is a 15.
That's gonna miss Alencia. She's more dexterous than me.
Nice. So then the only attack that has the possibility of hitting then would be the 23. The other ones being a 10 and an 11.
That 23 will definitely hit Alencia.
11 points of piercing damage to Alencia. And then that ends the Hydra's turn. You, Modar, and, well, everybody actually except for Lusk, can you roll me a perception check real quick? Normally, Lusk, you can roll it at disadvantage, still being a bit submerged underwater. Well, Lusk, with you being still a bit submerged underwater, it's a little bit difficult for you to tell at this precise moment. The rest of you will see that the wounds on it appear to be attempting to heal, but as it does, the wounds still stay agape.
So it's trying but failing.
Correct.
Basically, the round's not over. Out of character.
You're close, Clue. Almost.
Yeah, I mean, I've used a Hydra before, so I know how they work, but
Yeah,
my character don't.
they're fun, or they seem fun, anyways. Lusk, sorry, bud, it's your turn.
Also, if you could place me before the Hydra for the next go around, at least I think I should be. If I'm not, then my bad. Do I feel like I would be able to fit in this square?
Oh shit, yeah, you're right. You're both a 9 for whatever. It's supposed to automatically put you above it, but I'll make sure that's adjusted for next turn. Like at first, for a moment, I was like, "What are you talking about? You can move your own token." My bad, man. I didn't even notice that you were at a 9 as well, or I would have bumped you up.
Yeah, I didn't want to mess with your X number of attack rolls.
I mean, at this point, it's only 7.
Do I feel like I'd be able to fit in this square to make an attack?
Around here, in like these locations, this will be a little bit more tight fit, but this will actually be out of water. And this one, since it's it'll be tight, but you can fit. Because it's more than halfway. Because the line is like literally right here for the grid. It's like just behind the wall. It's not too far.
All right. In that case, I'll pop up out of the water and I'll fly up there. I'll make a booming blade attack at one of the heads from behind. This is a short sword, so piercing damage. All right.
26 will hit.
22 total.
Nice, a good amount of damage.
And I will. Heck, I'll use dash action to fly over here. No attacks of opportunity due to mobile.
Don't you even have disengage as a bonus action?
I do.
You have all
But
sorts of
if-
escapes.
Yep.
Anything else for your turn, bud?
No, I'm good.
Let's get ready to rumble.
I already adjusted it down below. Again, thank you for the reminder. Just so that
All right.
you're ahead of. But go ahead, Zanashi. Fuck it up.
I am about to fuck it up.
Alright. 18 points. Another hit. For 19, that's 37.
That's max damage and almost max damage on the previous one.
Indeed.
Die, you.
One of the
Beast.
heads is cut cleanly off. It slithers a bit along the ground, attempting to bite you, Togo, but unable to extend itself, being quite short. It then begins to shrivel up as the blood leaks from its neck.
And with that, I'll move over a little bit. Actually, as that head tried to slither over to bite him, I stepped up and stepped on it.
It's squished.
And I'll end my turn there.
Modar. I believe this is only, what, round 2? Damn.
All right. So as I step into this chamber, other than is the water in here lighting this chamber up at all, or is it my globs the only thing that are lighting?
It's lit quite a bit with the coral around, but in towards the center, it would be towards dim light, but your globules give it a bright light throughout the room.
So if I drop my globules, do I think that I'll still be able to see this? It'll be in dim light if I do that?
Dim light.
So I'm gonna move over there, and yeah, I'm gonna do that. I'm dropping the light, and I am casting Mind Spike at level 2.
You on it?
Is that an int save or a wisdom save?
Wisdom.
Oof. I actually thought it was an int. So thank you. A wisdom save. Ho! That's a natural 1. So that passes, right? Your DC is not that high.
Huh? 16.
Oh,
Yeah.
So it does fail. Never mind. So 11 points of damage.
And that gives me back my first level spell slot as well. And that will be my turn there.
Ooh, Valencia.
Okay, Elista is going to do what she did last round. And I guess I'll do that.
Hey, 27 and a 19 both hit. That will be 23 and then another 20, so 43 points of damage. 18 hits, and that is 52.
All right, that's her turn.
As Alencia strikes with Drow's Malice, gives a few cuts along the neck of two of them, and then follows up with a nice roundhouse, and connecting one head into the other, both of them fall. Only 4 heads remain active.
Will never make it back to me.
Togo.
Or a clue. I got you. I'm gonna move over here and cast Dissonant Whispers at first level.
This time it does succeed with a 17.
Okay, so it will take half damage, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, half damage.
So it'll take 7 points of damage, rounded up from the 6.5.
Alright. And that'll be my turn.
Lusk. Saves the
Alright.
day. Making sure that you go before, calling out that you guys had the same initiative order. Again, thank you very much. Could have saved Togo.
I will strike out at it from the same weak spot.
Ooh, that's another hit. Nice.
Supremely average damage, but actually under. But
Anything you'd like to add to it?
flying
Take it down.
flying at it with an extreme quickness, lightning and wind wrapped around my blade. The blade slides across one of its necks, plopping it straight off. With a large boom that occurs as I slide by.
And with this Hydra falling, a quite formidable foe has been dropped. Not only quite strong, but very rare, as Modar had realized.
I start making sure I chop off all the heads.
Okay. That can be easily done. Modar, at this point, can you give me an intelligence check?
Straight up intelligence.
Yes. Please and thank you. Now that your heart has calmed down a bit, dropping a bit of your adrenaline, you realize after making the observation of the wounds trying to heal, when afflicting it with fire damage, that prevented its regeneration. So well played.
Very nice. Well,
Oh.
so that completely stopped it, like outright on any regen. Okay, nice.
Indeed. You can go ahead and, if you'd like, add that as like player knowledge. And I mean, if it is actual just like out of game knowledge too, like
Oh
I guess you
yeah,
learned today. Just as I do every day in D&D. But as each of you have the sounds of combat rescend, the sounds of the water brushing up against the land, sounding as if a bit of a beach as the roof leaks above, you'll notice that quite a few feet, roughly about 5 foot of depth, is pulled out of the area. It seems that everything has gotten a tad bit shallower.
Since we killed the creature?
Indeed.
Is there any other doors here? I mean, like tunnels or anything, or is it just back the way we came?
I do hope that destroying that statue hasn't forced the waters to recede. We may be in for some fun if that's the case.
I don't know. Like,
Destroying
I-
that statue didn't have anything to do with it. Just false gods.
I have do I know whether hydras can swim or not?
Could be what was being kept from
Yes.
being free.
Yes, they can for swim. Or yes, I know they can't.
Yes, they can.
I would like to search this room over. I mean, I feel like this at least looks like a dragon. So I want to make sure I check this room for loot.
And
Izanashi, we should take one of these heads back.
No room.
No room? What?
I wish, but I don't have room for a head.
Modar wants to take a look around the room, see if he notices anything out of the ordinary. Like, he's not sure if this thing was locked in here. He doesn't understand how it was. He wants to see if he can see any sort of clues as to what a rare creature like this would have been doing, hiding back here.
Is there anything distinct from the on each of the Hydra's heads that I can take as trophies for us to bring back to show to the people?
Okay, so so far in order, Lusk, from taking a quick look around, you don't see anything, but if you'd like to give me an investigation check, feel free. Modar, same thing for you. And Togo, to answer your question, nothing of significance. The heads are, I mean, roughly your size.
What about like the large? Is there like one large tooth on each side?
Yes.
I think like, can I try and take like a couple of those?
Of course.
I'm assuming that these teeth are like the size of my forearm.
Roughly, maybe a bit bigger than your fist. I mean, like at like a small, being very conservative.
So maybe 5 to 7 inches.
Yeah, I think that's a safe assumption. Unfortunately, as each of you investigate the area, looking around, see if you can find any treasure, anything of significance, out of placement, you don't find anything, but each of you are quite certain that nothing is here.
There's not much here. There was another passageway to the south in that first room we came through.
How big are these Hydra teeth?
Oh, from deliberating with Togo, we'll say about 7 inches for like the fangs.
All right. I would like to snap a couple of them bad boys out.
Sure. There's 8 heads, so there are 16 decent, like, large size fangs, and plenty, we'll just say 100 of dagger-like teeth. So about like 4 inches.
So yeah, I would like to find some of the largest canines and pull out my leatherworking knife and kind of shimmy that, like first incise the gums and then shimmy the knife up the gum so that I could work it loose.
Okay. Can each of you, Togo and Lus, give me a survival check at advantage?
Could I use my leatherworking proficiency? Since that usually has to do with creature harvesting.
Sure.
Glad for the advantage.
Each of you are able to get out some teeth and fangs, no problem. There are no damages, no cracks, nothing.
I'm mostly just looking for fangs, so we can go back and have a realistic expectation of the number of heads, and they can be like, "Hey, these are the fangs from the Hydra. We have this many. It had 8 heads."
To be honest, I've just learned to assume as much as I possibly can, and one of the first things that came to mind is either making these into like daggers or short swords.
True.
So, but nonetheless, it's proof no matter what, even if it is a weapon or a trophy.
I can tell you what you could get from a Hydra if you want me to look it up.
I'm just after
Well, there's
some token teeth.
I mean, there's hide, eyes, talons. Quite a few things that you can get for sure.
Lusk just made armor. I don't think that he wants to go back and do it again.
Were they considered Hydras? The monstrosities or what?
Not sure.
I would assume beast off the top of my head, but I haven't looked it up.
Oh, there's no way that they're beasts.
Yeah.
I only say that just because I've played like 3 different moon druids, and I absolutely would have noticed if Hydra was.
I hear you.
Right?
That was
like,
my
you'd be like,
fault.
I'm a Hydra, like every time.
Like, all right, easily the most powerful. Let's go ahead and take that.
No, it's definitely not a beast. I'll confirm that.
Usually monstrosity is the common out to keep creatures off of the beast list so that druids can't turn into them. Like I'm 90% sure that's why there's a differentiation between beast and monstrosity. Specifically
They
because
are
of
a
druids.
monstrosity.
Unfortunately, you don't, like I said, you don't find anything other of like note in the area, but it doesn't take you very long to harvest any of the teeth. With it being dead, it's more of just like a matter of bits of precision and kind of knowing your way about like the structure. So it'll take you roughly about 5 minutes to harvest the amount of teeth you're looking for. But as stated, of course, there's only 16 significantly sized ones, and then the rest are a bit smaller. So with that in mind, I think it was 16 and 100 that I said. You guys can add that accordingly. If you want to take all of them, the only thing it'll do is add a bit more time.
You just want to split it between the two of us, Lusk?
Yep. I'll take 8 large, and we'll each take 25 small.
I think he said 100, didn't he?
Oh, okay.
If you want to take them all. With
I mean,
both
I'm
of
fine
you
with
working
20.
at it,
25 small works. Fine.
Either way, like I was gonna say, with both of you working at it, it's not gonna take as much time if only one. So definitely cuts down the time a bit. But I mean, other than it just taking, roughly 30 minutes, that's about it. However, as each of you make your way back to what you would know to be the bits of depths where it was completely submerged from water, the water being all the way to the ceiling. There is roughly 6 inches of like breathing room, no longer being submerged in this area.
Well, it seems. I'm sorry. I'm doing Kadir voice. It seems like. Oh wait, we're underwater. Never mind.
No, you're not. You have a bit of room.
It seems likely that it could not fit down this long hallway, lest those manta rays up ahead would be snacks.
Makes sense, but how did it get in here?
Manta rays in the area, still in a counterclockwise motion, and as each of you make your way by the manta ray in that's slightly blocking the path, it just gives bits of wiggles and seems a bit more pitiful in its attempts to block each of you going by, with the water now being about 6 inches in depth in this area.
Well, they're about to dry up in a couple of minutes. Rip. If we had a druid, I'd suggest someone use speak to animals, because I'm sure they'd be able to tell us about that hydra.
Yeah, I want to spend 10 minutes. I can speak to them.
I was gonna say, well.
Oh. I'm kind of curious. Yeah, they might know something. You could ask them. You could ask them about the fish people and the hydra, and maybe even that statue up front. Although,
Well,
maybe
Oh my
they don't
gosh,
know.
seems so worth.
give me some time.
You guys gonna go back?
Sure. I'm fine to wait the 10 minutes.
I go sit on this platform and do my 10-minute ritual.
I will float around on my back and shoot water up in the air like a fountain.
I was gonna try and question this shaman, but you guys got to him before I could knock him out.
Don't blame me.
Son of a bitch deserved death.
Okay, I'll just wait till Kyle tells me my 10 minutes is over.
Well, I was gonna actually. The only thing I was gonna ask is if any of you had anything that you'd like to take care of in that 10 minutes. But Lusk and Modar immediately answered my question. Togo, anything for you, bud?
No, I'll just sit out and kind of sit on the dry spot and try to dry out a little bit.
Okay. Making your way all the way over there, Togo. I will just note for you that the water has receded a bit more from the area, giving you a bit more dry land. And as you made your way there, you were able to keep your head above water the entire time.
Ooh, awesome.
Other than that, Zanashi, 10 minutes goes by, and your speak with animals goes off.
I stand up and look to the manta rays. Oh, you inferior beast, I have questions of you.
Pets?
What? Wait, I have to ask. I forgot. Lusk, what am I supposed to ask?
Ask that one why he's guarding the door.
Oh. Hey, you, funny one over there, why are you guarding the door?
Danger ahead!
Danger dead.
Well, then I swim. And it'll join in the circle.
What is this thing I'm on? What's its purpose?
Food! You hear another manta ray shout out.
I don't think they're going to answer our questions the way we want, Lusk. I think we're shit out of luck.
What did they say?
They said danger, which I told them we killed danger, and this stone I'm on is for food.
I will swim up to the stone and lick it.
I don't think they quite meant it that way. They probably get fed on this. Or by it.
Lusk, as you lick it, one of your tongue goes over one of the holes that are in the stone.
One of the whats?
The holes.
Okay. Does it taste like a stone or food or what?
Tastes like a stone.
Tell these manta rays they're big fucking liars. This isn't food.
I peed on this rock. And you're licking it?
Gross, dude.
Yeah, so
When did that happen? How the hell did I miss that?
Well, I mean, we're all wet. I mean, so I figured when I came out of the water, nobody would notice that, it was a little extra water running off of me. So I just pissed myself.
Well, to be fair, we've all been swimming in what I'm assuming is a mixture of piss and shit anyhow, so whatever. I mean, it's not like they have a filtration unit in here.
You hear a buzzing sound.
What's a filtration system?
Of the filtration turning on.
Mean.
I'm just going to leave this area.
Ask them why they're going counterclockwise. Are they casting some kind of manta ray spell?
Why are you all swimming the direction you are swimming?
Waiting for food.
I don't know what a clock is, so I ask it my way. Who feeds you?
Whomever come.
Hey, anybody got some food to give these things?
Don't tell them, but they'll probably be dead soon.
I will search the pockets of this the guy next to me, see if there's any sort of food that he's been feeding him.
Go ahead and you can give me an investigation check. I think Togo and Lusk looked it over previously, but perhaps you roll higher.
Yeah, albeit very, very poorly.
Mm-hmm.
Perhaps
Give me a
not.
second. Give me a sec.
I think we had a 13 and 14 last time.
Yes.
Ooh. You don't find anything.
I come over here, I grab a hold of the body, and I start dragging it back over to that pole.
Okay.
Drag it back over here, and I tell them, here's some food. Eat this, guy.
Can you roll me a d4, please? So the three of them closest to it will begin to eat it, and as each of them do, you'll notice that each of them grow almost double in size.
I immediately rush over and start eating it, too.
Okay.
Clue, I wish you would have let me finish this description.
Okay, finish the description.
And then explode.
Oh!
I literally had 2 more words.
It's like, I'm sorry,
like-
that sounds like a con save to me.
It's like fucking Family Feud where Steve Harvey's asking the question, and before he can even get the question done, somebody slaps the buzzer.
Clue, can you give me a con save as you feel yourself beginning to grow in size?
I'm good at these. I am going to use my inspiration.
You think?
Oh my goodness. I'm almost crying.
I ain't taking any fucking chances.
I fucking
You do
wouldn't.
pass, and good thing because it was near max. It was 23 points of damage. So you'll take 12.
All right.
Internal bleeding. So I'm assuming this looks fantastic for the rest of us because the manta rays come up, start munching on them, and then as they're growing, he's like, "Oh my god!" And he takes a bite, and then they just explode, and the water has got to be completely red by now.
You see me start to
Very
swell a
much
little
so.
bit, and a few little blisters pop, that form on my skin. I lift up. I'm like, "Don't eat that motherfucker!"
You must be the smartest orc alive.
I am compared to orcs.
Another one comes in, begins to eat it, and the same thing
Stop!
happens.
Stop eating! Stop eating it!
All right.
I go around, grab a hold of the body, I start dragging the body back.
Good choice, bud.
He shouts, "Stop eating it," and then he just and then Kyle's like, "Delete."
So as you shout that, kind of what happened. Another one grows in size and then just pops. The others almost call out in unison, "Food, food!" As you begin to drag the body away, you see that there's quite a amount of chunks of flesh missing from the creature.
I'm gonna cut a few chunks of flesh off and put in my bag.
I was gonna say, this shit's a biological weapon.
We run into another one of them motherfucking hydras, man. I'm gonna feed that shit to him.
I was literally thinking the same thing.
Is that it?
Yeah.
You guys are done with this?
Oh my
Yeah.
god.
But Modar is
just saying.
shaking his head.
Best puzzle I've ever created.
Oh, what's the puzzle? That the merman explodes?
Well, since you guys already defeated the Hydra, so I'll explain it very quickly. You have to feed the manta rays the correct way, and if you do so, then you don't have to fight the Hydra.
Well, we done killed him, so.
Yeah, so now it doesn't matter. But essentially, the stone that had the holes in it, you've reached in that and you pulled out food, and there were a little bit more to go with it, but you guys just said fuck that shit and went and killed the Hydra at the worst case scenario. So
All this work and we haven't even really seen the ship.
But if we didn't kill the Hydra, then how would we get the XP for killing the Hydra?
100%.
Best case scenario would be we figure out the puzzle, get the XP for it, then go kill the Hydra.
You had Zanashi in the lead. She's not going to figure a fucking puzzle out. I promise you that.
To be fair,
The problem is,
thinking about that makes me feel like I just wasted my time.
No. I mean, if it had been a little bit of a different situation, where Lust decided to go out on his own, but he went out a little on his own one time and it bit him in the ass, so he didn't do it again.
I mean, I absolutely would have continued, albeit stealthily, but I was walking around with 6 HP, so there's that.
There is
Oh,
that.
yeah.
So as you make your way down, there's still a bit of area to breathe. Still roughly 6 inches above the water. So you're able to, kind of roll over to your backs, kind of calm yourselves for a moment, so the water isn't so roughed. Catch a breath, and then continue underwater. The path breaks around to the south, and finding yourself at this point in complete darkness.
Yeah, I will call my lights out again. It's getting that dark.
Sanashi, you notice that the path wraps around back to the west.
This path's starting to wind around. One would think it's almost like a maze.
Touche. As you make your way around the bend, Sanashi, lights, a bit of light begins to creep behind you, up from behind you, but you'll also notice bits of dim light coming from your west.
And I move forward. Big room.
As you each begin to get a bit closer to this vast room, the coral of the fluorescent colors illuminate the room, creating quite a bit of light. The water is still. There is a rock on the north and south side, surrounded by a bit of plant life. And with just that 6 inches to be able to grab bits of fresh air, you, led by Zanashi, begin to enter. And that is where we will call tonight's session.
Okay.
All right.
Well, if any of you want to hear the exact details of the puzzle I made, I'll explain it a little after. Like I said, now that it doesn't make any sense, but I didn't want to eat up too much time of our gameplay because we were getting close to the end. But other than that, does anybody have anything they'd like to share before we get out of here for this evening?
I'm happy that I live in a world where exploding mana rays can be considered part of a puzzle.
I am as well. It's just beautiful.
I have
Yeah,
to
that
say,
was
I'm
fireworks. That was
actually
a
kind of
lot
quite
more
proud of
fun.
that puzzle.
But
It's
look
like
at the way it got
fireworks.
look at the way it got resolved, man. That was more fun.
Exactly.
Funnier.
Like, I gave the option where you can just say, fuck the puzzle, and take on the worst case scenario, essentially. And the worst case scenario, I mean, for you guys, it proved not to be that rough.
And to think we almost didn't cast Speak with Animals.
To think we almost missed exploding mana rays.
I know, so
Well,
you know
to be on the
what?
fair side, you killed a couple mana rays, so that's extra experience.
Damn it, we should have left it in the room.
We solved a puzzle
That's what I'm saying.
of how to kill mana rays in the most expansive way possible.
It's like feeding birds fucking Alka-Seltzer.
My God. Fucking
You
Christ, dude.
monster.
Wait, what?
But I feel very, very odd saying this, but tomorrow, no more TOA. The only thing I can kind of brag about is Akka being the worst character out of that entire campaign and living and actually getting everything that he wanted. That was the most successful campaign I've ever had as a character.
Yeah, and definitely, I wasn't sure if Akko was gonna live through that when he first started playing.
I'm surprised you guys didn't find the. I mean, now that you guys are done, I'm surprised you guys didn't find the Beholder.
Yeah, after finding out about that, I'm glad we didn't.
I
think-
that.
We were
It-
close to going into that room, and then we didn't. Something happened, and we turned around and went the other way.
Yeah.
I wanted
Yeah.
him to go in there because I was not going to hold back on that motherfucker. I'd researched him upside down.
Clue didn't hold back at all.
But that one, I had researched that motherfucker hardcore because I was like, this is going to be the room I'm about to TPK them motherfuckers.
That is,
and be
it is
done with the campaign.
100%. Is 100% intended to be a TPK. I'm not sure that bad. Not unless you get extremely lucky and have a large party. I'm not sure that battle is winnable.
Yeah,
When we
when I
went
read
in,
it, I didn't think it was winnable. By reading it, I was like, I don't see how they can win this fight.
Well, the only thing I'll say on that note, to be fair, when you guys went into that like black and purple shadow dragon, I was literally going, there's maybe a 5% chance they get out of this.
Oh yeah,
So, with that in mind, don't ever count the party out, because sometimes the dice rolls and ideas that they come up with in a very bad situation, if you will, they're kind of clutch.
I
And
ran a fight against the Xanathar, I ran a fight with the Xanathar against a six-person party, which is basically a higher CR beholder that owns and uses magic items. I ran that against a level 9 party, and it was three. I think three people died.
All right,
That fight was just the fight in TOA is
I'm
so
gonna
much worse.
log us out, everybody, and everyone have a good night. Thank you for joining. If you haven't, drop a follow. See you all next time.